here we have the Full Drive 3 20th Anniversary Edition. This is a pedal that I use a lot, and I'm going to go through it for you and give you some of the finer points of it. Right now I've got the volume set at about 10:30, 11 o'clock over here on this. And I'm going through a Blackface Twin reissue. So here's what a clean sound sounds like, okay, just so you can A-B it. And I'm going through the clean channel, no verb, no tremolo, nothing, just so you can get the true sound of this thing. So first of all, let's just hit just the basic crunch, which is this one right here. So that's the overdrive, okay? Now I can dial that down. I'm going through it with I've got this telly here in the middle pickup. Just a little bit of dirt there. If I come down, if I give it a little more juice on the guitar, I can come down on it a little more aggressively. Okay. Now, if I want to go from the wide what is that? The ASYM, which is where it is now. You hear go to the 90 setting. Now, I didn't hear any change there. I think that only kicks in when we get the boost engaged, so we'll wait on that. So let's just mess with this a little. I got the tone at noon right now. I can come a little on the tone. I'll come a little bit up on the volume, and then I'll give a little more overdrive and see what that sounds like. Okay, there's a little more. And now I'm going to go into a different pickup. Let's clean that up a little bit. Now I'm going to pull back on my. Okay, I'll give it a little more. Here's with the bridge pickup. That's pretty gnarly. Joe Walsh sounding there. That's kind of a snotty sound there with the treble pickup. Middle pickup, here's the in between. Middle pickup. Bridge pickup. The thing I like about this pedal is that it's pretty responsive to how I'm playing, you know, so it'll if I dial it down on the guitar and I play a little softer, now let's just jump ahead for a second because the next setting I'm going to show you, and this comes in handy at a gig, and this is kind of like my insurance button. If I really want to, if I'm finding the band is getting a little loud and I got to make a statement, I hit the boost. Now you'll notice, watch what happens. That's quite a bit of dB. That's quite a bit of rise. Now I'm only at like what, 10 o'clock here. But what's great about that, sometimes depending on the gig, I'll just leave that on and work around it if I need that kind of headroom. So with the boost engaged, I think this stuff starts to make more sense. There's the wide ASYM and then 90s. Less. Thing is kind of subtle. I don't pay much attention to that. I just set it and forget it. But this is going to make a difference, I think. You see right here, we're going for the OD boost. Watch. Yeah. That got bigger and it got kind of more honky, right? Whereas if you had it down, a little more. Transparent, not quite as in your face, but depending on what I'm doing, if I want to have this really act as, now if I turn this off I can still use the boost. This is what I like about it. Watch. Okay, now I'm just clean here. And then boost. Now that's pretty cool because it's a clean boost. So that's just a straight up clean boost that I can get to if I need a lot of headroom and I want to keep it clean. So and regular. Now, right now I've got it set. I wouldn't normally set that much of a variance between the two, but obviously if I crank this up, it's going to get really big, and it would almost be alarmingly different when you'll hear it. And with the crunch, let's dial it down and see what we get. There's a lot of places you can go with this thing, and you know, a lot of it has to do with who you're playing with, how much headroom you need. But I find this thing to be pretty handy because it's like two pedals in one. You got the crunch, you got the overdrive, you know, in the crunch, and then you've got the clean boost, which becomes a dirty boost depending on what setting you're on. So yeah, if you really want full guns, you put the dB boost on the overdrive, and man, you got a lot of headroom. Cancel out the microphone, it's too loud. So that's kind of what I got going with the overdrive, and I find this thing to be really cool. It's got a little dynamics. I'm not sure how much this works. Let's see. Yeah, I don't mess with these little buttons too much, honestly, and I'll usually normally keep that down unless I'm in a place where I need more. The 90s, I usually keep this down. I'll usually run this about like that, depending on where my amp is, and I'll keep this according to how much headroom I need. I'll adjust this, okay? So yeah, it's a personal preference. The one thing I will say about pedals of this nature is, in a gig situation especially, where you're running live, studio's a whole other conversation, you don't necessarily want to be hitting a pedal and all of a sudden it go, bah! That's not, it's more like feathering it in. So I'm going to wrap it up by just saying, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a Full Drive 3. This is the 20th anniversary edition from my little gearbox, and we'll see you down the road. Hey, thanks for watching the video. And you know what, it would mean a lot to me if you'd hit the subscribe button above and then hit the bell notification for new videos when they come out.